Alright, let me run this shit. Alright, basically today, what I saw and what I was saying in the study tab, or I don't know where I sent my commentary for the week here, I said it was iffy bias because of DXY and ES. So ES here. Okay, first let's do DXY. A few weeks ago, for DXY analysis, these were condition number 1, condition number 2. If we inverse this, this would be the target, eventually this as well. And if we inverse this, I would be looking for the lows. So when we're going higher on DXY, the dollar, US dollar, we're going to be going lower on NQ. Okay? Sorry, one sec, let me just turn off my phone. So we inversed this fair value gap. We had equal highs here and equal highs here. So once we had inversed this on NQ, you shouldn't be looking for longs until we take out the draw. So at pre-market, okay, what did we do? We had high resistance liquidity that didn't get taken out. Why? Well, because it's high resistance liquidity. What makes it high resistance liquidity? 15-minute or higher on the 1 minute, 15-minute or higher PDRA / level of liquidity makes it our smart money reversal. So it acted as a rejection block at open. So at open, we kind of chopped around. Why did we chop around and not have decisive manipulation? Why? Because we had 10 a.m. news driver. If we have no 8:30 news and we have 10 a.m. news, we're going to have a choppy open and then decisive 10 a.m. So pre-market, we manipulated into our rejection block. And then at 10 a.m. on the dot, look at how we move fast into what? Into not our draw on NQ. This could be our draw, 4-hour fair value gap and 15-minute bullish order block. But if you look at the times here, 10:42 on DXY. Wait, did I share my screen? Okay, fuck, I thought I didn't share my screen. On DXY. At just around that same time, 10:40, we took out the draw, those equal highs on DXY. And then what do we see right after that? Okay, we see some bullish order flow, and you could have caught your longs here. So playing with DXY allows you to have a clearer view of what's happening because there was no clear draw for these shorts, right? Like we didn't have a level of liquidity. This was just 4-hour fair value gap. We didn't have any low resistance liquidity. We didn't have any equal lows. We just had a 4-hour fair value gap and we had a 15-minute order block. Okay, so on DXY, you could have used this to frame your trade. You see, once we sweep the equal highs, you could look for an SMT, you could look for whatever it may be, but you use that to frame your trades going into these longs at 10:46. Now, the reasoning behind these longs, the long that I had signaled, okay, was we had a fair value gap here that was created. We manipulated down into a 15-minute time frame fair value gap. This is an example of a weak inversion, okay, a tick below, close below, and the next candle immediately close back below. You want to get your inversion to have 2, 3, 4 ticks. Okay, you could just eyeball it. It doesn't have to be exactly, but you could tell when it's a weak inversion, especially when there's a bit of a wick and then the body closes right there. Okay, why? Because we dig down into this order block right here. So now you have your inversion. I had said if you want to wait for I had sent it not to free but to the premium, but I said if you want to wait for a almost guaranteed setup, you can wait for this inversion, but this should be enough. Okay, so here we got our inversion targeting these equal highs. Why not this high here? Because it was a high resistance liquidity. At the time, that's what I had saw. I did not see that it was relative equal highs with this pre 10 a.m. high. And although we could see it took a stab at it, you'll see that usually will tend to come and just take a deeper stab into a level of liquidity, and you could use these as relative equal highs. Okay, so again, it was I think it was 2.65, not 2.7, but these equal highs and not this at the time what I thought to be high resistance liquidity. Now coming into PM, okay, we chopped around at 130. Then at 2, we had our distribution. Okay, why? Because right before lunch hour and the first hour of from 1 to p.m. open, we manipulated into this high while respecting, it's a 15-minute fair value gap, while respecting that with the body. Okay, then clear distribution to our equal lows right here. I was not on the charts, but this looks like something I could have taken. Okay, but clear distribution to our draw, and then for the rest of PM, we kind of just chop around. No decisive price action, just playing around in this range high to range low. Okay, overall, it was not the easiest day to get a read on for bias, but price action itself was pretty clean. Why? Because we had a news on Monday. When we have no news Mondays, ideally you don't trade. Oh, thanks, Lewis. Thanks, man. High resistance liquidity, DXY, NQ1, 15-minute OB, all that stuff. Why? What happened? What's up, Dad? Yo, what's good, Mr. King Dune? Did I miss something? Why did that? Are you something wrong? I don't know what's going on. Alright, but aside from that, are there any questions? Again, not the easiest day to get a read on, but draw wise, but it was pretty clear if you took a look at DXY. So gay. Yep, pretty gay. But here, let me just end this recording real quick.